Hi, my name's Barry Crampton. Welcome to another edition of Not the Evangelist News. Today I'm going to talk about a couple of tweets that have been sent to me and how my days kind of progressed from this first tweet. I had a guy in tonight with a Tesla 3 company car. He reckons it's costing him 6 hours of his personal time a week charging it. No home charger, has to go to public fast charger every night and sit there for an hour to charge for outward leg of next day's work. Then again, when he's out for the inward leg, he wants us to find him a Merc or BMW diesel. Well, fair enough. You know, you get your usual ones. Sounds like Billy bullshit. The range of this is circa 300 miles. Well, one of the things he did say is that he went to Stratford the other day and it was raining, he was in traffic and he couldn't get there and back on one charge. He had to stop. Let's just see. Stratford to Preston. It's just south of Birmingham. 3 hours 23 minutes, 141 miles, which obviously means it's also 141 miles back. And people are saying on here the range of a Tesla is 300 mile plus. Well, you can well see with your wipers on and your heater and so on, it's not going to do it. But, you know, it's not going to do it, full stop. There's nothing he can do about it. They hired a new guy. They'd all been running diesels and he wanted a Tesla. So he got this Tesla and I think he said it was 55 grand, something like that. And the guy got potted. The new guy apparently didn't seem to want to work, and that's not what the company wanted. So they potted him. They were left with a Tesla which was surplus to requirements. My guy here, he's next on the list for a company car, would normally have his choice. They gave him the Tesla. They tried to sell the Tesla and they were offered 28 grand for it. So they owed more on the Tesla than it was worth, and they asked him to take the company car, which he did. Unfortunately, it's not working for him. He often, he said he had to go to Dundee the other day and then down south. So you can see the journey. So what's happened, he's ended up going every night. He goes to the local fast charger to fast charge his car, spends about an hour there. Perhaps I got it wrong. Perhaps he doesn't spend an hour, but perhaps it takes him an hour to drive there, plug it in, charge it, unplug it and go home. Perhaps that's it. We'll say that best case scenario. But he did tell me it was costing him 6 hours a week of his own time. So he's decided to hand it back and get a diesel. He wants us to look for a BMW or a Mercedes diesel. That's so I tweeted it. You know, just like anybody else would tweet if somebody wanted an EV, you know. Of course, the aggravation that you get, liar. Let's just go here. There's another guy who says he loses 5 hours a week. Barry, did you ask why he would have one without home charging? Yeah, he can't have home charging. He didn't choose the Tesla. Now he's giving it back. It's always somebody else with these stories, like a neighbour, a friend, or the classic, I know someone. It's never first-hand experience. Funny that. Well, the customer's coming to buy a Mercedes-Benz or a BMW. He's told me, I've repeated it. So it's my first-hand experience. Why would I lie? You know, why would I lie? Anyway, sounds like he's doing it wrong. What's the point of your post? We'll go back. I think it's probably this chap here, Evan. We'll go into his replies. I can believe that it was the only car that the company said they would them yes 100%. They were not forced to drive it. They were not forced to take it. It's a benefit. And if they don't like the benefit, they don't have to use it, which they decided not to. So I've put, it was forced on, like I've just told you, it was forced on him, now he's opted out and buying a used diesel. Ha 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 ha. Capitals. Take this Tesla, you must drive it. Such a bull story. Fair enough, I can see he's sceptical. A company car that was passed to him from a guy who got sacked. Then you claim he was somehow forced to drive it. No option, absolutely no option, but then he opted out. I read your bullshit very clearly. So I put, I don't know how many times I need to explain how he got it, so I will leave you to it. Ha ha ha, take this Tesla, you must drive it. Such a bull story. Lost my temper then. So I'm sorry, which bit of it did you not understand? You know you can read my tweet slower. Let it sink in. Then he'd come back. A company car that was passed to him from a guy who got sacked. Then you claim he was somehow forced to drive it. No option, absolutely no option, but then he opted out. I read your bullshit very clearly. Oh, I read it. Man drives the equivalent of a round trip London to Birmingham every day with no public transport option and apparently had a vehicle forced upon him. Capitals forced, I tell you. He couldn't opt out. So now he has opted out. Put me on a polygraph, you EV brainwash, bent out of shape idiots. It's the truth, whether you believe it or not. Look, could this face lie? No, I don't tell lies. What's the point? You know, I'll leave it to you EV shills to tell lies. It's not in my nature. I shot this video yesterday, but today something else happened. I'll just read you these tweets and how I prefaced breaking it to the EV shills what had happened and just kind of wait for the flipping fallout. So, old Evan is going to have a thromby when he reads my next tweet. You wouldn't believe it, so I've put the next bit in for you to copy and paste so the EV cults don't break their keyboards. The EV shills all like GIFs, so I put a GIF in of Muttley, Dick Dastardly's dog, and he used to have a really good laugh. The last tweet I got off Evan last night was, boo-hoo wah. I was offered a company car. How unfortunate. I feel so bad for you and your anti-EV bandwagon. That's my anti-EV bandwagon, I presume, which I haven't got. How awful. Can't believe it was forced upon them, like you said. And yeah, if you want to call people an idiot, they aren't going to be nice to you. Well, it wasn't a guess. So this is what happened. Our camera picks up movement on the forecourt. I heard it beep, and a lady had pulled up on the forecourt. I thought at first she was just doing a 3-point turn, but that wasn't the case. She reversed back, and that was right in front of my window. Our windows are kind of darkened, so people can't tell. They look in the window and they can't see inside really because of the reflection. So I watched her. She sat there. She was looking at her phone. I could see that she didn't seem to be very happy, and I decided to go outside and have a word with her. I was taking some price boards out to put in cars. Here comes our hero. It turns out that she'd put in the nearest Instavolt charger and it had directed her to our forecourt. We haven't got a charger. Now, it was obvious she was distressed. She was a bit teary. I directed her to where I know there's an Instavolt charger. The whole reason this confusion arose is that our old garage, our old forecourt, is now a co-op, and it has an Instavolt charger on a fast charger. But when you look at the directions, which I did afterwards, it gives the correct address, but there's no postcode on it. And when you go to directions, you will see, and you actually look at it, you see that it's not the address of our new garage. It's our old garage, and it's still down as Grosvenor Garage and not the co-op. And there it is, Chorley Road, Preston. Completely different postcode. However, it shows the charger on our forecourt here. You'll see at the top there. So I decided to direct her to it. I told her that it wasn't very far. She had 14 miles left, I think, on her range. So, you know, for a motor dealer, that's plenty. But she wasn't too happy. I don't think she really wanted to go away from somebody in the car. So I decided to do the gentlemanly thing and drive with her, drive in front of her, make sure she got to the charger. That made her obviously feel better. I had offered to plug her into the garage with one of our charging leads, but she had to get home. She was in a hurry, and even the fast charger was going to make her late for an appointment. She pulled off the forecourt, waited across the road because I was in the car behind her. I made sure she got to the charger okay with no further stress. Everyone lived happily ever after. One thing I did notice, we got some very, very interesting comments and replies, and actually no abuse really on this one. So that did surprise me, and it has given me an idea for tomorrow's video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.